Hey guys, what's going on? Your dog trainer, Ray here with Follow My Lead Dog Training. Guys, I wanted to jump on and talk to you for a minute. Um, I wanted to get into the death of a dog, the death of a sidekick, the death of a best friend. And, everybody deals with grief differently. That's my girl Bella there. Bella passed on a couple months back. So I wanted to take this opportunity to sort of go over what it was like for me during the death of my dog. This is something that we'll all go through. If you have a dog and your goal is to keep the dog forever, which it should be, then you will experience the death of your dog. Now, I don't say that lightly, guys. When you bring a dog home and you're thinking, wow, I'm going to have this dog 12 years. I'm going to have this dog 14 years. I'm going to have this dog 10 years. You look and you see, oh, how long does this dog live? You get a rough idea on, potentially how long the dog will be around. But a dog's life is pretty much in a decades of time. It would be nice if it was more, but that's the beauty of having a dog. That's the beauty of the life of a dog, is enjoying that window. But more importantly, how do we get through it? How will we get through knowing that, man, I'm gonna have this dog and I know it's gonna go on me and it's gonna beat me most of the time. It's gonna beat you to the finish line. Right? How do we truly get through that? So I want to talk about that a little bit. When I brought Bella home, she was gonna be the dog that that did everything that Rottweilers do plus more. And she did that. She was my sidekick for training. She did training with me. We went everywhere together. The only thing we didn't do together was get on a plane, pretty much. That was about it. Was get on a plane. But what it boils down to is, in the time frame that you have the dog, are you giving the dog everything it truly needs? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about, hey, am I giving my dog everything it truly needs? Not what I think it needs, not what it wants. What it truly needs. That's my focus. When you have a dog is loyal as a Rottweiler, they want to be with you, man. They want to be with you all the time. So you have to be able to bring the dog up in a way that it can be with you. And it's going to take the proper obedience and discipline for that dog to be able to do that, so you can go all different type of places. But guys, before I continue, make sure you go and hit the subscribe button. Show your boy some love. Hit the like button. Share it. Click the notification bell. All that good stuff. All right. So truly giving a dog what it needs. To make your dog the best dog it can be, a dog that you envision that it could be. That's what it's truly about, and that takes a lot of work. takes a lot of work and effort on your part, a lot of time. And a lot of times these days we get a dog, and people are bringing home a lot of puppies right now, but I want to challenge you to think about the long term. And how do you get to that finish line for the dog and make it the best experience? Some of the things I remember doing, me and Bella used to go search for tennis balls. We did this as she got up older in age. We would hit a tennis court and we would search for tennis balls, and I let her find a tennis ball. We found a tennis ball. It was game on. It was amazing. It was the best find it game that you could do. We would bring home these tennis balls, and then we'd have these balls to play with at home. This game was awesome. We used to do that. It gave us time to socialize. Maybe there was a baseball game going on, a football game going on at the high school, wherever we was going to get the tennis balls. But that used to be the game. This would be one of our favorite games that we did together. There was a lot that we did together that was awesome. Just to take car rides together. Love hanging in the car ride with Bella, and to enjoy a car ride where your dog is just chill and relax, and you guys can just hang out, and maybe they scoot their head over to you. She used to love to put her head on the shoulder there, but always in knowing that she had to keep it down on the ride. Always had my back. Always had my back, man. This dog always had my back. If I stand at the ATM machine, she would be standing the other way looking. She was my eyes and my ears, So you develop that, through discipline. Great dog. Great dog. We could train, even as a pup, she could train for extensive period of time. Not that that's important, as much as a 10-minute session, but her willingness to want to just keep going. Her willingness to want to keep going was amazing. Was amazing. She would do that for me as long as I was working through it. She could take a lot. She could tolerate a lot. So we had the best of times. She was at all my family events, cookouts. She was at 90% of the cookouts that I had. She was there. She was the dog mingling. She was the dog just hanging out. I would put her into, after moving around, because of course she wanted to get to the food, all the good smelling food or somebody's food. I would put her in a down somewhere, and she could be, all the people there. If I moved to the left, she'd be looking, wait, to the left. I moved to the right, she looked to the right. Through all the people, all while holding her down, she would stretch her neck until she fully gets, relaxed and just hang out and soak it all in. But man, we had a lot of good memories, and that's what it's all about with the dog. You put in the work to be able to train with your dog and do all the good stuff. But when it finally started to come to a point where I knew that I was potentially going to lose my dog, I had already knew what it was for this girl, what it was going to be like. And she started having seizures. These seizures were bad. They were lasting an extensive period of time. It was putting a lot on her body. We went to the vet. The vet gave us some medication, phenobarbital, all that good stuff. And it just wasn't enough, for her. So she kept having the seizures. And, for me, the seizures they were kicking her butt. They were kicking her butt. And the last thing I wanted to do was to have her have a seizure and I wasn't around. And something happened when I wasn't there. Or she passed when I wasn't there and I had to walk in on her like that. I didn't want to do that. I always knew, I said, man, if my, this girl, if she loses her step too much, then for something like that that's uncontrollable, we can't keep her comfortable. I don't know, you know. So it came a point in time where I had to really look at that instead of her just going. What other options there were for me to do with her. Um, and I remember she was having one of her last few seizures, and she was in the yard, and my mom was like, "Oh, Ray, something's wrong with Bella," you know. Um, and I'm like, "Ah, oh, that's a bummer." The kids were around, and they could see her. She was really having serious convulsions. And if you ever had a dog having seizures, it's not a good sight to go through. But I think this one point she was having a seizure for 8 minutes, and I think a big part of it, like I said in the beginning, her willingness to want to keep going is because she knew I was there and present and kind of cheering her through it. She fought even harder to let her body, everything, her organs and everything take it. Because these things were kicking her butt. Like, 8 minutes is a long time. And she'd get back up and she would be dazed. But truly, man, like the next day, if I wanted to take her through a series of commands, she would be ready to go and do it again. But that day, I had to make a tough decision to put her down. And I really didn't want to go into the vet to do this. I wanted to do it in the comfort of our space. So here's what that sort of looked like. So we're doing that in the comfort of our space. I was able to say goodbye in a really good fashion, have some last minute meals with her, hang out, talk with her, and just make her comfortable, super comfortable as possible, uh, for her to move on. So, if you have that option too, and you have to experience death of a dog, and it has to be by decision, knowing that you can, do something at your home, search for a vet that will come to your home and work with you. That way, it could be a pretty good option for you to go through. I know that's the route that I preferred to do. But it's definitely, when you're thinking about the life of your dog, you have to be thinking about the death of your dog at the same time, because that's the beauty of it all. If they live forever, the beauty of what they bring would diminish a little bit. But knowing that they can bring such joy, happiness, and fun, in a short period of time, and you hold on to that, there's times where me and the dog just cried together. She got me through so many humps. My business, she was right there from the gate as me as a professional dog trainer. She was my sidekick. So, as much as this video is about a death of a dog, this is about honoring my Bella. She's a wonderful dog. She's gone on now at the age of 9. She left, and she'll never be forgotten. Always be talked about. Always be raved about for a long time. So in a 10-year period, she left a mark that is will be talked about, and that's all we can hope to do, right? That if we can even match that, then we've done something amazing in our life as well. We can leave such a mark that a dog does. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys in this video, the death of a dog, um, and hope that, that it gives you a different perspective on what that will look like. And, always cherish the moments that you have. But life is beautiful because of death. And we get an opportunity to have these wonderful animals with us, and it's a pleasure to do. And it was a pleasure for me with Bella. Um, and with that, I'm going to move out. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for listening. That was a longer video than I wanted, but thanks for joining. Catch me on the next video. Um, and remember, we are always here. Your dog trainer, Ray with Follow My Lead Dog Training. We're gone.